the Wild Wild West, the Western Adventure, whatever you want to call it. Mariners, Astros, um, Ast Rangers, and Angels, all within 5.5 games of first place. It's a logjam right there. They are all have intriguing parts. Like the Mariners, their pitching staff is really, really good. Their bats, they come and go. Like expect more from Julio Rodriguez. I always forget that Randy Arozarena is out there, and Cal Raleigh, the big jumper, is just dropping bombs left and right and leading them all baseball and home runs. It's they have some players, but they don't have the full lineup. You really can't count on them every single night, so they can be able to score at will. But the pitching staff is so good, it keeps them there. I think they need to make a move for a bat, and sort of help solidify that. The Astros, I I had my doubts, but that lineup's starting to find it. Isaac Paredes is playing well. Obviously, the whole normal host of characters. Christian Walker's still not fully there, but he's getting there. Alonso hasn't had, um, the major bat contributions, but he's going about his business. They're getting hits, they're driving the runs. Jeremy Pena's been amazing. Pitching staff is just managed. Hunter Brown pitching a lot better than what he has, showing a lot of growth. And got to be a tip of the cap to the Astros organization for continuing to hang with Hunter Brown because the first couple of years he was right around 4.5, 5, and we really think like is this guy's all worth the hype? He's washed out, but he's pitched it better. Angels have just been resilient. They just call it Christian Moore. I'll dive into that a little bit later. But Mike Trout's been playing well. Ron Washington. It, I'll say with the Braves, ever since he came over and became the manager of the Angels, and the way they're playing now, and they've kind of fought through. Maybe Ron Washington is the true, the guru, the genius, and the guy can coach the baseball. He can motivate the players, puts them in the right spot to be successful. And you're seeing it right now in LA. They're playing well. They are. We had a lot of shortcomings. We didn't trust their pitching so far. They're playing good baseball. They're not world beaters, but they are consistent and they're winning. And they're staying involved in the conversation through the middle of June, which is a major and exciting thing there over in Anaheim. And then the Texas Rangers, that lineup, obviously there were a lot of issues early on. And then they bring in Brett Boone to be the new hitting coach about 3 weeks ago, maybe about this time. And that team is starting to respond. Obviously, Corey Seager's still struggling, coming off injuries. That dude has not got his groove going, but the rest of the lineup is starting to hit. Evan Carter, Wyatt Langford, Adolis Garcia, even Marcus Semien started to hit. They have role players, but the guys who are getting paid are starting to deliver. The high draft picks are starting to get their swings down, starting driving runs, getting a little more consistent. If Corey Seager can get that going along with the pitching staff of Molly and DeGrom, and then they get Evaldi back, the rest of the guys, this team has a chance to make a run the second half of the year and win that division. Right now, they have the best pitching staff ERA in the American League. That's starters and relievers combined. If they can keep that going and the offense can start producing more, you got to figure that pitching is going to have a little maybe a rough spot. If the offense can pick them up, it puts them in a good spot to really take off like they did 2 years ago and go win the World Series. I'm not saying they're going to win the World Series, but making a run to be there in the very end. Um, and everyone thinks like, oh, they're going to get a bunch of wins in that division from the Athletics. The Sacramento, Vegas, Oakland artists formerly known as whatever, the TBD Athletics, whatever you want to call them, they're very entertaining. Yes, they have deficiencies in the pitching staff, a lot of young guys, but the offense, and I'll talk about whether it's Langoliers, Soderstrom, Rooker, Jared Wilson, Lawrence Butler, the rest of that team, they have guys on the fielding side, the hitting side that are extremely entertaining, who are delivering big numbers, who are exciting to watch. They're getting people to the ballpark because these guys will actually, at times, can outmuscle you and outscore. They're not a boring bad team. Not to hate on the Rockies, but the Rockies are a boring bad team. There's nothing good about the Rockies that really entertains me to go watch the ball game unless I'm going to be watching the other team. The Athletics, being a team that has a lot of young, intriguing prospects, at least if they're going to be bad, it gives me a reason to go watch them play. Because you never know what they're going to do. That offense, they went on like a 12-game losing streak, but at least they were competitive and they were scoring runs, and you never knew what was going to happen. Seeing that develop drives me to the ballpark. And it makes it tough for everyone else. If they're in a pennant race, it's not a walkover game. If you go play the Athletics, it's like, all right, we're not going to get it 2 out of 3 guarantee. We're not going to get a sweep. Their offense is going to keep them in. We're going to have to pitch really well to keep up with what they're doing. So the AL West, there's going to be, those 5 teams are all going to make it difficult for other people trying to make a play for the wild card.